How's it going, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder, where we talk everything Marvel and everything relating to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And yesterday we got Wandavision episode 4, the most revealing episode so far of Wandavision. If you have not seen episode 4 or any of the other episodes, there are going to be some spoilers in this video for episodes 1 through 4. Now, episode 4 was revealing, but of course we still have many different questions and are left with even more. But we do know that S.W.O.R.D. are indeed the people watching Wanda and the rest of the people stuck inside of this energy bubble. They are not responsible for putting her inside of it, and they are not experimenting on her, which were some theories out there. And at the end of the episode, Monica Rambeau said that it was all Wanda. She was inside this energy bubble, different reality. She came outside, and when she came out, she said Wanda was responsible for everything. However, I'm not really buying that, and if you want to know how I feel, you can check out the breakdown of episode 4 that I did yesterday. But today I want to talk about something that is extremely important to the future of the WandaVision series, something that Marvel just barely slipped in, a tiny little Easter egg that actually reveals a lot. In episode 4, S.W.O.R.D. starts to realize that real people are indeed in this bubble reality, Monica Rambeau being one of them. So S.W.O.R.D. gets to work and they start to ID all of the different characters, or cast members as they call them in the show, and they try to figure out who they are and where they're from in real life. And they start to do this and they get one character and then another character until eventually they have pretty much almost everybody. But one thing they do is they write notes about each character and how they kind of behave around Wanda and Vision. And one character that they got a lot of details about is Abhilash Tandon's character, Norm. Norm is the person who works with Vision at his job, and he also had contact with him at the Neighborhood Watch and other places as well that I'm sure we didn't see. But something very important to look at is what it says in the notes about him. If you freeze frame episode 4 at 1807, you can zoom in and see what it says, and it reads, Abhilash expresses concern for his father and sister. This information was obtained when Vision awakened him. Is Wanda controlling a whole town? Physical safety of residents is now in question. When Vision releases him, Abhilash becomes Norm again. Now, this is an extremely important factor of WandaVision because it shows us that Vision actually has the power to snap people out of this trance or spell, whatever is put over them that makes them not remember their normal life. Vision has the power to get rid of that, and it allows people to become normal again. But it also shows us that Vision has the power to take that away as well, so they turn back into their characters. But this is going to be a key moving forward in order to save the town and the people inside of it. And we already know that Vision himself kind of snaps out of everything at one point in time due to the trailers and TV spots that we've seen. And although we didn't see him awaken Abhilash, we've actually seen him awaken Agnes. In one of the trailers that we got, I believe it was the first trailer that we got, he touches Agnes and she awakens and she asks herself, am I dead? He says, no, why would you say that? And she says, because you are. So she remembers life outside of this new reality. Vision awakened her, and he most likely did this with the Mind Stone. It looks like he uses the Mind Stone in the trailer to awaken Agnes, and he most likely uses it to awaken other people as well. And as I mentioned, at one point he's going to become completely aware of what is happening. And we've even seen in a recent TV spot that Vision manages to escape. As we can see from these stills right here, Vision ends up finding the bubble. He finds the end of the energy field and he actually manages to get out. Now from here we can assume that S.W.O.R.D. is going to find him, they're going to question him, he's going to question them because he's probably not going to entirely know what's going on, but we can probably assume that he's going to go back in because Wanda's going to wonder where he is. Now the question of is Vision alive or dead is still kind of unclear, but regardless of whether or not he's alive right now, I do think he's going to become alive. If you noticed, when Monica Rambeau went inside of the bubble reality, her clothes changed. The energy force field adapted them to fit the reality, but when she was kicked out, her clothes remained the same. In the comics, Wanda brought some characters back to life in a different reality, and then when that reality was gone, they remained alive. That could be what we're seeing right here. Vision may be dead in the main reality, but Wanda has created a new reality, and he is seemingly alive in this new reality. So, when he crosses over, which it looks like he does, and we see it in the TV spot, that could make him alive in our actual reality. And again, from there, he's probably going to talk to Sword and realize what's going on, then go back in, and that's where things kind of get a little tricky. Sword has realized that he has the power to awaken people inside of this reality, and they're probably going to ask him to help awaken the people and free them. But Wanda herself isn't exactly awakened, and whenever she seemingly does get awakened, she goes back to this perfect reality, because of course she does. If you have found yourself suddenly living the dream life, you're not going to want to change it. And this is the complicated part. Wanda is most likely not going to want anything to change. And if she sees her husband changing the reality around her, that's probably not good. But you also have to keep in mind that Vision loves Wanda and will probably do anything for her. After all, if my theory is correct that Wanda has created a new Vision and when he crosses over into the main reality he becomes alive again, this Vision is more emotional than the previous one. We've seen that all throughout episodes 1 through 4. We have an emotional, more human Vision. So he may not want to actually help Sword, he may want to give his wife the reality that she wants. But unfortunately, and ultimately, everything will start to fall apart because we know that there is another force out there, the real villain. Either Mephisto, Agatha Harkness, the Grim Reaper, Hydra, somebody out there is eventually going to intervene with the whole entire thing. If not an enemy, Sword is going to take matters into their own hands to try and save the people. And based off what we've seen in TV spots and the trailers, it looks like this does happen at one point or another. In a recent special clip, we see a Sword truck bursting into the bubble, going inside of the reality. And then in another clip, we hear Wanda say, "This is our home," and Vision says, "Let's protect it." This lets us know that somebody, either Sword, Hydra, or another force, is going to come inside of this reality and threaten it and try to take it away from Wanda. And it does seem like at some points, Vision is kind of under a little spell as well. He does have the power to break out of it, but sometimes he falls under it. Whether it's Wanda's doing, Mephisto's doing, or somebody else, he does fall under it. But when he's out, he's very aware, and he has that ability to awaken other people. And ultimately, this will be the key to saving the town and Wanda. Wanda has to snap out of this fake, perfect reality. It's not real. Now, does that mean that she may have to fight Vision at one point in time? Yes, I believe she will, and it kind of looks like we've seen that in some photos released. And another important factor to consider is, if my theory is correct about things being recreated, reincarnated, whatever you want to call it, in this new reality, crossing over into the real reality, become real, like Vision being alive in this reality and then going into the other one and staying alive, that means that the Mind Stone is going to come back as well. So in the future, we could see the return of not only some, but all of the Infinity Stones. And we do know that Doctor Strange will probably show up in WandaVision, but if not, WandaVision connects to Doctor Strange and he may see this as an opportunity to bring back the Time Stone. We'll have to wait and see on that, and if I figure anything out, I'll be sure to let everybody know. So don't forget to subscribe with the notifications turned on so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. Also, be sure to let me know what you think about Vision's ability to awaken people. Do you think he's going to be the key to helping everybody in the town and ultimately saving Wanda? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video, and for live updates, you can always follow me on Instagram and Twitter. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.